beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering in the civilly. I will extribute them in the stable and surpass, perfect comfort and the precious of God. O Mother Sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and safely I will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dala damwara sipera, no par sipege, torbo dang tomje, jimbe barda jubara sepa, damje je zor sepe, mananga da nyambe semje damje dewa dande, dongara dang nyorda lana me, yanda para zobe sanjo rumbo je do barza. Dasantra achieve enlightenment. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now under this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas, Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas embraced enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta and applying myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of Janarastra and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind toward Tathagatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathagata state to come. Through the power of Samadabhada's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offering of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, anointing oils, manifesting light, and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garment, and perform the popero, pour the high as mumeru, and orange in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings, and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pakshika Buddhas, those who have attained Aharasya, those who have entered the path of Aharasya and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma, and ask the dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing to Parindavana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms over the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and stirred with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spirit mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha fair hour for it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness as a Buddha fares. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer water in all the sacred offerings, with my body, word, and all that is visible. Please grant me supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these I dedicate. Om Guru Namandra Labandamang Samandra Savarana Samaye Ahom. Unequal refuge, O knowing of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor Vajradhara, widow adopted. I bow at the feet of Father Jigtin Songo. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various of types of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text, yet his heart he has compassion. For all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for our only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma. Through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech, he wears the wisdom silver to cut the settling of suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. And the Bodhisattva form is pure from beginningless time. Fully accomplish the 10 levels and perfect the body of all knowledge. I supplicate human gesture adorned by 112 sons of Buddha to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapatsanade, 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 Om Arapatsanade. Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Arapatsanade, Om Vangeshoram, Om Vangeshoram, Om Vangeshoram, Om Vangeshoram, Om Vangeshoram. Om Vangeshoram, 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 Om. You who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, I posted before you and press to Manjushiri. Yunagalen Changwaipo. 一些中美拉的巴，决定的梦没撒瓦，将把人养了三字度。Next, we're going to do the Namon Guru, the Virginia and Benny. We have singers in the zone. Nick and I think Nana also. So first we're going to sing the Namon Guru.
Hey everyone, thank you Kempola. We are sharing the lyrics so we can all follow. In the vast sky of the glorious Dharma Dhatu, without boundary, no center, you pervade all dharmas. Remembering again and again Vajradhara, the Dharma Kaya, I supplicate you with one pointed mind, full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru, grant your Sing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like you. Clouds gather in the east over the land of Sabor, billowing mists of blessings arise, remembering again and again Tino Prajna Bhadra. I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. Red lightning flashes over Pushpahari in the east. You underwent 12 trials for the sake of Dharma, remembering again and again Dharma Pandita Naropa. I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. The talk is struck and thunders in the south, overthrow all along. You translated the teachings of the hearing lineage, remembering again and again the translator Marpalotsawa. I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. A gentle rain is falling in the highlands of the Lachi snow range. Your instructions flow together into a lake, remembering again and again glorious Sherpa Dorje. I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you.
The earth is soaked in the hills. The earth is soaked in the east, in the dull Cacambo hills, by the flowing stream of the waters of clear light. Remembering again and again the Lord, King of physicians, I supplicate you with one point in mind, full of yearning, yearning, Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Who grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Who grant your blessings so that I may be realized like you. Who shoots sprout in the land of Agmodru. You reveal the treasure of the profound secret tantra. Remembering again and again the Lord, self-born Buddha, I supplicate you with one point in mind, full of yearning, Guru, who grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru, who grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Who grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized. The 6 grains ripen in the north, in the region of Drikung. The 6 grains pervade all 6 realms of beings. Remembering again and again the kind lords of Dharma, I supplicate you with one point in mind, full of yearning, yearning, Guru, Guru, grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Who grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessings so that I may be realized like Guru. Who grant your blessing so that I may be realized on the crown of my head, on a sun and moon sea. Sits my kind Guru, Guru, inseparable from Vajradhara. Remembering again and again and again my kind root Guru, I supplicate you with one point in mind, full of yearning, yearning, Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized, Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru, Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like you. Be realized like you. Be realized like you. Be realized like you. Be realized like you.
Thank
You're
you,
on mute.
Benny. Next, we go to Guru Yoga, Milarepa's Guru Yoga. So everyone has text, right? Guru Yoga text. Mine Guru Yoga text lost.
It's in the chat, the one, is that the one you sent? It's the one you sent this week. It's in the chat.
I think it's last week.
Oh,
I think, yeah, the
okay.
Guru Yoga.
Okay. I have to look for it.
It's the daily Guru Yoga practice of Gypsy Milarepa Dorje. Number chat room.
Okay, just a minute.
I think everyone has, right? We don't have to share screen.
Marilyn's going to post it in the chat again, Kempo, so everyone will have.
Okay.
Okay, it's in now.
Okay. So now, daily Guru Yoga practice of Gypsy Milarepa Dorje. Above crown of my head, upping a lotus in the moon, is Gypsy Jepa Dorje. The color of his body is clear, blue, and he wears white cotton. The locks of his hair are turned upwards. His right hand is held close at his right ear. His left hand is in the gear, resting in Okonometi Mudra, holding a skull cup, rolling experience of the turbulent fire of promoter wisdom, utterly present with majesty brilliance, resounding with melodies in whisper, Varjara song, through your compassion, think of me with love, bless me to attain the 5 kayas and the 5 promoter wisdoms. Bless me to meet with the inner face of the way things are. Bless me so that discursive thoughts arise as meditation. Bless me so that I may bring negative conditions into the path. Bless me so that negative actions, misdeeds, and obscurations are purified. Bless me so that the purify of the view are severed. Bless me so that I will generate revolution to samsara. Bless me so that I will accomplish the rainbow body and the conchara. Tibetan. Ranga jevora pedeng jebzen jebai dorjene kumdong hosan regar sur verar jinda sobaye saye ninje tekar ting yombe nyam jai tu jar nam ye xie wong ai chu be long zi zen rab de ba war yo yo me dor jing ger yang do tu ji da la ze we gong ge nga yi xie nga do xin ji lo ne lo ran ya ran ja war xin ji lo Nam do gom den jawar zinji lo jing lam de long war zinji lo leng de da war zinji lo Tawai korsai chupar sinji lo, korwai jin lo jewar sinji lo, jale karjun rabar sinji lo. Om Guru Hasan Ben Zahong. 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 Om Guru Hasan Ben Zahong, 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 Hasan Ben Zahong, Guru Hasan Ben Zahong. Okay, so I'm going to share here the Milarepa, today the teaching. The journey to the Lachi. Do you receive that text? Journey to the Lachi. Obeisance to all gurus. So homage to all the gurus. Once when the great master of Yogi, Gypsy Milarepa, was staying in the Jiva Valley, Hermitage, he taught. So that's the last way we talked to this Song of Realizations. He was Jiva Valley, that place. And then he has some obstacles. So Guru Marpa Loza appeared to him and the blessing, giving blessing to Milarepa. And Milarepa also is subdued this 5 Indian demons. So kind of like he subdued 5 afflictive emotions. So he was there. So now he thought I should obey my guru's order to go to Lachi Snow Mountain and practice meditation here, there, and sit out for that place. So then Milarepa now ready to go to different, holy place to practice, meditate, and benefit human beings and non-human beings. He's ready to benefit other beings. So then also Marpa Loza told him to go to Lachi to meditate there. So last week I told you when I shared the Milarepa story. So when Marpa Loza and Milarepa, together actually when ready to separate. So Milarepa had to ready to go to his hometown. Then during that time, Marpa Loza share all these teachings plus a feature where that he have to go to meditate practice. So then this is Lachi is also one of that. Marpa Loza told Milarepa have to go to that place to practice meditate. So now Milarepa recognize he have to go to Lachi Snow Mountain and practice meditation there. So Lachi is a very known actually meditation retreat center. His Holiness Chesang when there many monthly, many times practice there, and Garchen Rinpoche when there many times. So also Nepa Rinpoche, many there retreat masters there. If you like to go to feature retreat, so if the one of most important place is Lachi Snow Mountain, you can go there to practice meditate. Then last year, August, I think, no, it's maybe September, October, Kenshin Koncho Jamsin, Rinpoche also went there. He shared the teachings, he stayed there many monthly. So they have a retreat center in Lachi. Many monks and the nuns, I think, also, I think lay people, I never been there, but I think so they have people always practice there. They also have a really good retreat master. So that place is, the know is alive and many practitioners there. So it's a good place to practice. So one of the Milarepa's most important holy place. Kind of he enlightened one of this place. So then mountain and practice meditation there and sit up for that place. Milarepa approach Nyanang Tsar Ma. So he went through that. Nyanang Tsar Ma is, I think, that place. So that is actually from Nepal to go to Lhasa. Is you cross border Nepal and up to Tibet, then you get this area, Nyanang Tsar. The gateway to Lachi Snow Mountains. So it go through that direction to Lachi Snow Mountain, where the people of Sarma were holding a drinking party. So their village has a party, drinking party, could be marriage or ceremony or something going on. In their talk, some asked, do you know that at the present time there lives a great yogi called Milarepa? There in the party, the people talking about Milarepa. So someone told there's a very special yogi in this town. His name is Milarepa. Do you know him? So they ask questions to each other. They're talking about Milarepa. He always dwell alone in the snow mountains. So Milarepa, years stay in the snow mountains, in the hermitage solid place. Snow mountains in remote and uninhabited places. So observing in ascetic discipline which no except the perfect Buddhist king attain. Have you ever heard of him? So they're talking about Milarepa, who live in the hermitage, solitary hermitages or mountains, meditating. It's some of the very special person. So they're just in the party, they're talking about each other. They ask questions to each other. Have you not overheard of him? While they were thus pressing the gypsy, Milarepa arrived at the door. So Milarepa arrived at the party they're talking about in the door. A beautiful girl named Lasembom. So the girl, her name is Lasembom. She also has a very strong devotion and connect with the Dharma spiritual. So she is also one of the, luckiest girl. So that's why beautiful girl named Lasembom, baked with rich ornaments. So she has, because party, I think during that time in the party, people, dress correctly and put lots of ornaments, rich ornaments. Greet him. They're asking, who are you and where do you come from? So she is come outside the door. She saw the Milarepa. She asked this question to Milarepa. Dear hostess, Milarepa replied, I am the yogi Milarepa, who always dwell in the unknown place in the mountains. So he told him, I'm the Milarepa, always stay in the mountain. I come here to bake food. So he told her, I come here bake the food. So this you know, high realizer, these practitioners bake the food means they're ready to benefit that beings. So they're not really hungry to, you know, wanting the food. They use the baking the food. That is one of a method to, you know, connect with other beings. So I will gladly give you some. So I hope you're going to give me some food, said the girl. But are you really Milarepa? She told her, are you really Milarepa? Because they heard Milarepa. When you see the Milarepa, it's you know, very different. When you hear the very famous, but when you see, it's kind of like just homeless person, you know, beggar. They also have one of the song of realization. You know, the someone think Milarepa means something very special. When the person see Milarepa, he said, really you are Milarepa? I don't think so, you are Milarepa. You Milarepa, we thought is like very special teacher something. We see you as just neck and sleep in the road. So we don't see something, anything special. You cannot be like that kind of famous person. So that kind of, they have other, you know, stories I have. And but this girl didn't say anything bad. So usually other some this you know, people meet Milarepa, there's always said bad things to Milarepa. They push down him, you know, and they say go away, don't come here, you know, like said not pleasantly, like they're, you know, inviting him. So are you really Milarepa? He replied, there is no reason why I should lie to you. The girl delighted, so she very happy, immediately rushed back into the house to spread this news. So give it all this news to inside the party people. She called all the revelers, saying, you were talking about that celibate yogi who lived so far away is not standing at the door. So kind of a dreaming, you know, they're talking about him. So no, he is in the front over there. So she told everyone, he is there, here. Everyone rushed the door, some making obeisance to the Jetsin, so some prostration to the Jetsin, Milarepa, and others asking him various questions. So these people receive very nicely Milarepa, because right away they're, you know, doing this respect and prostration to Milarepa. Some ask questions to Milarepa. All become answered that he was the actual Milarepa. Then they invited him in, paid him great respect and reverence, and give him food. So offered the food to Milarepa and the respect to Milarepa. The hostess, a rich young girl named Shandomo. So another this sponsor or hosted this party is rich young girl. Her name is Shindomo. Shindomo extended her hospitality to the Jetsin. So she tried to do every best way she can service to Gypsy Milarepa and ask, revered one, may I ask where you are going? Milarepa replied, I am on my way to Lachi Snow Mountain to practice meditation. So he told them, I'm going to Lachi Snow Mountain. The guard then said, we hope you will grant us the boon of staying in Delon Jomo and blessing this place. So their request to Milarepa stay in this place. In this place also have some, you know, spirits and local spirits that create obstacle for them. So they have very fear. These local people are very fear for these spirits. We will provide all the food you need without any effort on your part. So that told Milarepa, we're going to offer everything, whatever you need. You don't have to go to Lachisano Mountain, just stay in this place. The point is they're offering the offer to him is a place to stay, and they offer everything what Milarepa needs during the for practice meditation. Among the guests was a teacher called Shajagan, who said to Milarepa, if you would be kind enough to remain here in Delong Jomun, the valley of ghosts. So they have lots of ghosts, I think. It would help you and would also help us. So that helps you and help us, because there Milarepa stated that thing Milarepa can subdue all this ghost. And then Milarepa can help them, and also they can offer food and whatever Milarepa need, they can help Milarepa. I shall try my best to serve you. Lemi exclaimed, how wonderful it would be if we could have the great yogi stay with us. So that wanted to Milarepa stay their area. I have found cattle farm, but the demons and the gods are becoming so bored that they actually appear even in the daytime. So they have some, farm, the place like Normas, I think, stay, but they are scared because due to this ghost, and even daytime they fear these spirits, energies, and some people can, I think, see. They are so wise us, I think, wise says us, that even I do not dare to go near the place anymore. So they're scared to go the area. I beseech you in your kindness, grace, to visit my farm very soon. So they ask, please go to that farm and blessing, subdued, the point is subdued this ghost. All the guests, they made obeisance to the Jesse. Everyone postation to Jesse Milarepa, begging him to go to that farm. Milarepa replied, I will go there at once, not because of your farm and the cattle. He said, I am going there, but not going to resume is your farm. But in obedience to my guru. So he said, I have to go because due to my guru. So Guru Marpaloza asked Milarepa, or what he have to go and which kind of beings he have to benefit. Or Marpaloza have an instruction to the Milarepa. Then Milarepa, my guru, we are satisfied as long as you have promised to go. Then they declared, no, let us prepare the best food and orange for your departure. Milarepa then said, I am accustomed to solitude. I dwell in a hermitage and need neither companionship nor good food. So he said he don't need anything. They try to put everything what Milarepa need, but Milarepa, the point is, he said he don't need, because he already used to himself, hermitage, no food. But please accept my gratitude for your thoughtfulness in offering it. First, I should like to go to the farm alone. So Milarepa, he wanted to go himself. Afterwards, you may come and see what has been done. When Milarepa arrived at the foot of the mountain, so no, Milarepa here, the point is he ready to benefit other beings. Though first he human beings and also non-human beings. many different kind of spirits. So ghosts and the spirits, many different kind. We are going on lots of things in the chat wrong or no? What happened? Okay, so then Milarepa arrived at the foot of the mountain. The no mean created frightful hallucinations, I think, to harass him. So there just this no me create this spirit created the frightening for the Milarepa. The path to the top of the peak, which seemed to reach to the sky, quickly and tossed. So now these spirits doing all different kind of source, creating obstacle to Milarepa. So this point is actually Milarepa going to benefit all these non-human beings. Angry thunder rod, so these spirits angry, and then they use thunder rod, judged, lightning struck all around, and the mountains on the both sides trembled and shifted. The river suddenly became a raging torrent and burst its banks, turning the valley into a vast lake, in later years called Demon Lake. So the lake is also in there. I know the people called Demon Lake because this spirits is create an obstacle to Milarepa. Milarepa arose and made a gesture, and the flood at once subsided. He went on to the lower part of the valley. The demons shattered the mountain on both sides, and showers of troubling rocks fell like heavy rain. Then the hair goddess created for the Gypsians a path like a running snake along the range. A track later called hair goddess path or Okanes Ridge. So that's the Milarepa get in this, we can say, obstacle, or this non-human being, local spirits create these obstacles. So the goddess help him, darkness help Milarepa to create a path for Milarepa. So that's why this called the name is a goddess created for the Jessim's path, like a running snake along the range. A track later called her goddess path or Okanas range. This is subdued all the lesser demons. So Pond Milarepa subdued all these lesser demons, easy ones, but the greater and more powerful demons, angered by their fellow, gather round the end of her goddess path to unleash a new attack. Milarepa concentrated his mind and made another mystic gesture to subdue them. So Milarepa stayed in the meditation samadhi, and he subdued these demons. So unleash a new attack, subdued them. Suddenly all the evil visions disappeared. So mostly this evil vision, this demons is disappeared, because Milarepa into the natural state samadhi, they cannot create obstacle to him. He subdued them, disappeared. A foot print was impressed in the rock where Milarepa had stood. So that place, no, you can go there, you can see there has Milarepa's footprint there too. He had gone only a few steps when the horse scar cleared. In an exerted mood, he then sit down at the top of the hill. He entered the samadhi of mercy, and immeasurable compassion towards all sentient beings arose in his heart. So he meditated for measurable practice for all the mother sentient beings. Because of this, Milarepa experienced great spiritual growth and inspiration. So Milarepa became more gaining his realization and power and benefit for others. Because due to in this, non-human beings create obstacle to Milarepa, he subdued them and he used this practice. The point is two things there practice. He stay in the nature of samadhi, meditate, and that is the wisdom. So we talk usually Mahamudra teachings. He stay in that nature state. And then also he create all this four measurable practice. So that helps become his quality, his spiritual power or gaining become more strong, growth in inspiration. Later, the place where his seat was called the Hair of Mercy. The Milarepa then went to the bank of the river It, good river, where he practiced the following river Yoga Samadhi. That place he meditated Yoga Samadhi. On the 10th day of the autumn moon of the fire tiger year, a demon from Nepal called the Baro, leading a vast demonic army which feared the earth and sky in the valley of Good River, come to challenging Milarepa. So this demon is from Nepal, because this is the part of the border, Nepal and the Tibet border area. So this demon come to also create obstacle to Milarepa. And no, the point is Milarepa, he's subduing all this place is actually is the local spirits is not the Dharma protectors. The local spirits is demons, is like humming for other beings, they create obstacle for meditative practitioners. This area point is before no one meditate practice, that's the reason. So now Milarepa, all these mountains become gods, is transformed to the Dharma protector and support for the meditator practitioners. So after Milarepa, no one has these obstacles because he is the first, he's subduing all these demons. The create all this place is a holy place. Because Milarepa is a holy person, so wherever he goes, he create all these places, become holy mountain, holy place. And the people after that who follow him, meditate, practice, they don't have these obstacles anymore. So in this demons also support helping for the practitioners become. So now you go to in these areas, you don't get these obstacles because already clarified and these obstacles already subdued. The demon shave the mountain and throw them down upon the gypsy and attack him with thunderbolts and a rain of weapons. They screamed at him, abusing him with threats. We will kill you. We will tie you up and chop you into pieces. And on and on. They also appear in hydras and dreadful shapes to frighten him. So many different kind of ways that create obstacle to Milarepa. So since the evil purpose of the demon's army, Milarepa saying the truth of karma. So now Milarepa he going to subdue this, Baro. Baro is another like demon from Nepal. So he bring all these, spirits together and create this obstacle to Milarepa. So now Milarepa sharing teaching to him, Milarepa subduing these demons. Purpose of the demon army. Milarepa song the truth of the karma. Okay, so now next ready to sing. Singers, please.
I take refuge in all gracious gurus and pay homage to them. Through mirages and illusions, you pernicious male and female devils can create these fantastic terrors. You pitiable Atsama demons, hungry ghosts, you can never harm me, because your sinful karma in the past is fully ripened. You have deceived, you have received demon bodies for this life, with minds and bodies so deformed. You wander in the sky forever, driven by the fiery glaciers. Your minds are filled with hostile and vicious thoughts. Your deeds and words are malignant and destructive. You scream, kill him, chop him, beat him, cut him. Oh.
I am a yogi who is devoid of thoughts, knowing that there's no such thing as mind. Walking valiant as a lion, actions fearless as the brave. My body merges with the body of the Buddha. My words are like the true words of the Tathagata. My mind is absorbed in the realm of great light. I see clearly the void nature of the 6 groups. A yogi such as I ignores the abuse of hungry ghosts. If the law of cause and effect is valid, and one commits the deeds deserving of it, the force of ripened karma will drive him down into the miserable path of suffering and grief. It is distressing and woeful that you, ghosts and demons, should not understand the truth. I, the plain-looking Milarepa, now preach to you the song of Dharma. All sentient beings who live by nourishment are my fathers and mothers. To afflict those to whom we owe gratitude is indeed senseless and foolish. Would it not be a happy and joyous act if you were to renounce your vicious thoughts? Would it not be a blessed and joyful thing if you were to practice the 10 virtues? Remember this and ponder its meaning. Exert yourselves and carefully consider it. Thank you, Kampola.
Thank you. Finish everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this song of realization, Milarepa, just pointing, these demons are kind of a hungry ghost. And then he talking about I'm yogi who is devoid of thoughts, knowing that there's no such things as my, I think I'm there. So point is he's sharing the teaching, cause and effect to them. And Milarepa, he talk about my body merged with the body of a Buddha. So he said, my body is Buddha's body. My words are like the true words of the Tathagata. His speech is the enlightened speech. My mind is absorbed in the realm of Guru light. So the mind is already Buddha's mind. The point is like enlightened mind. So that's the reason this obstacle beings cannot create any obstacle to him. So the point Milarepa has already reached the enlightenment. This song of realization just clearly he say I'm Buddha. My body, speech, mind is already enlightened. So you cannot create obstacles. You create yourself causes of suffering, you know, is sharing the cause and the effect teaching to these demons. Then the demons then scoffed at Milarepa. Your rambling talk will not deceive us. We refuse to cease or magic and set you free. So they're still not satisfied, I think. They wanted to create obstacles still. They don't let Milarepa go to freedom. They then multiplied their supernatural, natural weapons and increased the force of their demonic army to afflict him. So they create more multipolar, you know, this obstacle beings try to harm to Milarepa. Milarepa pondered aware and then said, hearken to me, you army of demons. By the grace of my guru, I have become yogi who has fully realized the atomic truth. To me, the afflictions and obscuration caused by demons are the glorious of a yogi's mind. So the point Milarepa, accept welcome to you, you know, demons create obstacle for me. The greater such affliction, the more I gain in the path of Buddhi, no listening to my song of the serving adornments. So Milarepa share another song for these spirits again. Okay, singers, please.
pay homage to Martha the translator. I who see the ultimate essence of being, sing the song of seven adornments. You mischievous demons here assembled, lend your ears and listen closely to my song. By the side of Sumeru, the central sky shines blue o'er the southern continent. The firmament is the beauty of the earth. The blue of heaven is our adornment, high above Sumeru. Shine radiant beams from sun and moon, lighting the four continents with love and compassion. The Naga King, wields his miraculous power from the immense sky. He lets fall the rain of the earth. This is the adornment from the great ocean vapors rise, reaching the vast sky. They form great clouds. Ooh, cause no love governs the transformation of the elements. Puxa, puxa, leva, oh Nicolas.
In midsummer, rainbows appear above the plain, gently resting upon the hill of the plains and mountains. The rainbow is the beauty and adornment. In the west, where the rain falls in the cold ocean, bushes and trees flourish on the earth. To all creatures on the continent, these are the beauty and adornment. I, the yogi who desires to remain in solitude, meditate on the voidness of mind, awed by the power of my concentration. You jealous demons are forced to practice magic of the yogi. Demonic conjugations are the beauty and adornment. You non-man, Listen closely and hearken to me. Do you know who I am? I'm the Yogi Milarepa. You know who I am? I'm the Yogi Milarepa. You know who I am? I'm the Yogi Milarepa. You know who I am? I'm the Yogi Milarepa. From my heart emerges the flower of mind enlightenment. With a clear voice I sing this allegory to you. With sincere words I preach the Dharma for you. With a gracious heart I give you advice. If in your hearts the will for Bodhi sprouts, though you may not help of others, be renouncing the 10 evils. Know that you will win joy and liberation. If you follow my teachings, your accomplishments will greatly increase. If you practice the Dharma now. If you practice the Dharma now. If you practice the Dharma now. Everlasting joy will it last enfold you.
Thank you, singers. Okay, so now, this song of realization, the point is to say, I'm yogi who desire to remain in the solitude, meditate on the wideness of mind, aware by the power of my concentration. So you jealousies, demons are forced to practice magic of the yogi demonic conjunctions are the beauty and adornments. So Milarepa, he subduing these demons is used his samadhi meditation. This all, the teaching we have to think about when you get the fears, scared, nervous, unhappy, sad, or whatever negative feeling arising. So that time you go into meditate, samadhi meditation, stay in the nature. You can release all these negative fears, especially spirits. You fear, spirits is create obstacle to you, or your home has some negative beings, or where you stay somewhere going, you fear something, this negative beings follow you, is something you have fears. So no try to run away from them. You never can run away from them. The point is the highest level actually there you can subdue them is meditate. Meditate is look into your nature mind state, nature state. So we meditate Mahamudra or Dzogchen, called Samadhi meditate, stay in the nature mind, Ripa. So that's then helps. All these beings cannot create obstacle because they don't have that kind of level of the realization. These beings are deluded. So deluded beings, we have to subdue. We have to stay in the known door. If you are deluded with them, then of course the deluded two beings together create obstacles. And they create obstacle us, we get all these fears, suffering. That's why this Milarepa using the highest level actually subduing in these all negative beings. And also then this benefiting for them too. So if you fear spirits is at your home, or you fear spirits follow you, or sometimes you stay in the hermitage place or solitary place, know many people, you fear this kind of energy, And then during that time you meditate samadhi and stay in the natural mind, you release all these obstacles. At the same time, you also benefit for them too, other beings. So that's we have to learn from this story, Song of Realization. Of course, we can use many different practice. So each practice have a different ways to benefit other beings. But this one is the supreme, powerful practice is stay in the natural mind. The other way we can use like many ritual things and chant the prayers, chant the mantras. Then you can also visualize yourself as a Yidam deity too. So some spirits also has some levels of practice too. So the point is in some meditator, some practitioners get a wrong view and then they're reborn to the spirits humming for other beings. If that kind of spirits, if you don't stay in the natural samadhi, other whatever you does, they also have that level practice too. So that's why you cannot subdue them. If you show like you meditate wrath for deities, they're also going to practice it. They also have like meditate wrath for deities too. I heard that some realizer or this some special teachers share that some spirits has that kind of levels because they have some generation meditation levels. Then they're due to the wrong view and reborn to spirits. Then that kind of spirits is very powerful, and not easy to subdue. Many practitioners cannot subdue that kind of spirit beings. Example, in Tibet, we talk about the Shugdin. Shugdin, I think you heard that. So that spirits also not just ordinary spirits. It's some levels have already practiced. That kind of person is become changed to bad intention and then reborn to the spirits. That kind of spirits is not easily subdued if you don't have this kind of level of the realization. So that kind of beings can create obstacle. The ordinary practitioners very easy. If you don't have high levels, if you meditate, powerful example, wrath for deities, he also going to show up that kind of wrathful. So that's why that kind of beings not easy to have solution much. Only high realizer. And this local Milarepa this kind of yogis only can subdue the spirits of kind of Shugdin. And then, of course, some has like very powerful bodhicitta. And these beings don't have a bodhicitta. So the highest level quality bodhicitta and samadhi, Mahamudra, these two is the missing in this spirit. So other ritual, whatever you will do, this biggest like obstacle, spirits, beings cannot subdue. Other not the strong ones, you can do ritual things, you can do prayers, also can release them too. Even you burn some special, object, they also run away. They cannot stay in there. But the very high, I just told you Shugdin example in Tibet, we have big obstacle. So most people knows that kind of beings is only really high level yogis can subdue. So His Holiness also has, I think he has a very high level realization. That's why when he shared the teachings, this should be any like kind of create obstacles, meditate me. He always said that, meditate me. I have more power than him. So that's, I think, is really good. That is directly from His Holiness. He says, meditate me. I have more power than him. So he has more samadhi levels, and he cannot create obstacle to you. If you fear something that should be threatening to you, you meditate me, pray me, and I have more power than him. He told that many times. So high spiritual beings overrun to these negative beings. So in this level also, see Milarepa, he did a couple of different methods. Easy ones, very easily. You just talk about the karma, cause and effect, they run away. And then other ones become more anger, more create obstacles. So he have to stay in the really samadhi, highest level in the meditate, have to subdue these beings. So then he's showing, saying, so do you know who I am? I am the yogi Milarepa. From my heart merge the fall of my enlightenment. He said, my mind is already enlightened. So that's the point of this thing, song of realization. Then most of the demons were converted by the song. See, mostly is already he's subdued there, and become change. They change. This subduing is like not like fighting the war army, So we talk about winner and loser. In this level, is not that case. So Milarepa change to them and transform them, benefit for them. So converted by the song, becoming faithful, have devotion to Milarepa. And not usually who lose, their anger and upset, right? Worldly ordinary beings fighting, then who lose, they're upset. This one, see, becoming faithful, they arise devotion to Milarepa and respect to Milarepa. And the evil conjunction ceased, they are naturally ceased, dissolved. They said, you are indeed a great yogi of marvelous powers. So you are great yogi, you have supreme power. So they praise to Milarepa. Then, without your explanation of the truth and the revelation of your miraculous powers, we would never have understood. So they told Milarepa, your explanation of the truth is, Milarepa saying here, explain is the truth, power of truth, power of, Milarepa, his realization. And then what he's saying, song is the power of truth. So this all comes together, that this beings, no choice, subduing, Milarepa can subdue them. They said truth and the revelation of your marvelous power. So Milarepa's power, we would never have understood. If you don't have that, we cannot never ever understand it. These beings not can change, use we ritual things and some prayers cannot change these beings. Someone has like supreme realization, only that person can help to subdue these kind of beings. Henceforth, we will not trouble you. So then, of course, that not possible. They cannot do. We will not trouble you. So that also point is they're not going to create an obstacle, Milarepa, and also his followers too. His followers. And this enlightened beings benefit is all enters end of samsara. Followers have this carry the blessings. So when Jigten Sunggu was enlightened, so also has obstacle. It always have different obstacles. When Jigten Sunggu enlightened, the obstacle is sickness, disease, it's leprosy. So leprosy disease affected to Jigten Sunggu. He used the meditation practice. He subdued that negativity and overcome, and he recovered earnest. And then Jigten Sunggu aspirations, his followers, no one get leprosy disease. See, that kind of, have a power, spiritual beings. That not only they are recovering, This Milarepa, he subdued in these beings, then after his followers, no one get these spirits attack to them. And they only support to the practitioners. So Jigten Sunggu is enlightened, his subdued negativity is disease, leprosy. His future, my followers, no one get leprosy because due to his power. Then here, we are also most grateful for your preaching of the truth of karma. So Milarepa sharing them to teaching of the law, cause and effect karma. In all frankness, we are of limited intelligence and limitless ignorance. Our minds are stupid in a morass of stubborn, habitual thoughts. So they have ignorance, they have emotions, they have obstacles. These beings has fears. See, Milarepa help them, all these beings, spirits, and remove all these, negative feelings. Prayer, therefore, teach us a lesson profound in meaning, great in profit, and simple in comprehension and observation. So they request Milarepa as the teaching, something simple for them to they can use for the practice. So these spirits, generally, they're very hard to practice. See, these all spirits is mostly is like hungry ghost, different kind of beings there. So these beings has so much obstacles and emotions, and not easy to focus mind and practice, because due to this all these emotions, obstacles they has. So that's why they're harming for other beings. That's the reason. So no Milarepa helping them, no harming for other beings. And these beings, hopefully, after future life, reborn to the Dharma practitioner, human beings, and then they can practice and they can liberate, free from samsara. So that kind of they get benefit. So these beings cannot be enlightened in this life. Even the Milarepa shared them, because they are spirits and gods. So they don't have this opportunity, capacity to enlighten in this life. But they have Milarepa subdued them, they change the mind, they become support for practitioners, then they're reborn to human being, practitioner, and practice Dharma, then one day they can reach the enlightenment. So now they ask recourse to Milarepa, the song of realization, another for teaching. Milarepa then sang the song of the 7 truths. So he used this 7-point truth. Okay, singers, please.
are the songs words may be. It is but a tune to those who grasp not the words of truth. If a parable agrees not with Buddha's teachings, however eloquent it may sound, it's but a boring echo. If one does not practice Dharma, however learned in the doctrines one may claim to be, one is only self-deceived.
Living in solitude is self-imprisonment. If one practice not the instruction of the oral transmission, and all labor on the form is but self-punishment. If one neglects the teaching of the Buddha, whoa, 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 whoa. For those who do not guard their morals, prayers are but wishful thinking. For those who do not practice what they preach, oratory is but faithless lying. Wrongdoing shuns sins of themselves diminish. Good deed done, merit will be gained. Remain in solitude and meditate alone. My talking is of no avail. Follow what I sing and practice Dharma. Follow what I sing and practice Dharma. Whoa, follow what I sing and practice Dharma. 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 Follow what I sing and practice Dharma.
Thanks, great singers. So
Thank you.
that's a very good suggestion for singers too. Beautiful song words may be, it is but a time to those who grasp not the words of truth. So when we sing, is need something. Sing is like meaningful song, spiritual Dharma song, right? And so other just words, beautiful, no any essence is no benefits. It's good for suggestion to the singers. You singing the song of realization is meaningful, essence, and powerful. Not only the words, you see, songs, words maybe it is but time to those who grasp it, not the words of truth. Then that song not powerful. So today your singing has powerful, it's truth. It's Dharma, realization of the song. So other just songs, see if a proverb agrees not with the Buddha's teaching, however eloquent it may sound, test, but the bombing echo, no essence. Then if one does not practice Dharma, however line in the doctrines one may claim to be one's only self-deceived. We studied many teachings, all the time listening to teachings, study, reading the books, become keen, be very high scholar, but if we not practice, then also no meaningful. So Milarepa point is study Dharma and have to practice. That's his giving instruction for us. Living in solitude is a self-imprisonment. If one practice not the instruction of the oral transmission, so we meditator practitioners stay in the, we cannot say meditator practitioners. People go to in the retreat, then stay in the years. So if they don't practice, then they create their own self is a present, no benefit to them. So if long as we go to retreat, means we have to put effort to practice Dharma. So it's also good instruction for the people who go to retreat. There's different instructions here. So then for those who do not guard the morals, prayers are but wishful thinking. For those who do not practice what they preach, oratory is but faithless lying. So they are lying. We can be lying ourselves, right? Usually we can lie for others. So this kind of like we lie ourselves. Wrongdoing shamed. So it's always called, this is a point is called Pitta introduction. We have to think about what is our problems. Always looking to like seeing this helps us recognize our own problem. What is it? We have this problem. You know, sometimes we study many teachings, but we don't have enough practice, then that is our problem. Sometimes we go to say going to retreat to practice, but not put effort much and just hanging there, you know, stay like 1 month, 3 months, 3 years, and then come back. It's the same as ordinary. So that then that's nothing benefits. That put is our service in the cage and the prisoner. So also we don't think we practicing, but actually not any like kind of practice effective to change ourselves. So then that means like lied ourselves. So that's all these instructions. When he shared these instructions to the demons, faith in Milarepa was further arose in his listeners. They have more devotion arise to Milarepa. They ask this song of realization, you know, the recourse to Milarepa, because this means they're not easy to hear this Dharma, something they need a very simple one. So I think this Milarepa thing very simple, but it's not really simple. You know, it's very hard, but he shared for them is a very simple way. And they paid him to great respect. They made obeisance and circumambulate him many times. So this all means then prostration to Milarepa and the circumambulate Milarepa, respect to Milarepa. Most of them then return to their homes. All these most beings, millions of beings come to create obstacle, they back to home. But the leader of the demons, Baro, and some of his followers still would not depart. They are still there. Once again, they conjured dreadful vision to frighten Milarepa. So they still try to create obstacle to Milarepa, but he countered them with the song in which the truth of good and evil is told. So Milarepa sang again one song to this, another song to Baro and his some followers. Yeah, ready to sing.
Are you pernicious demons still in an angry mood? Your bodies through the sky can fly with ease, but your minds are filled with sinful habitual thoughts, and you bear your deadly fangs to frighten others. But you may be short when you afflict them. You are only bringing trouble on yourselves, and the law of karma never fails to function. No one escapes from its ripening. You are only bringing trouble on yourselves, you hungry ghosts. Confused and sinful, I feel only sorrow and pity for you. I feel pity for you. And I feel sorrow and pity for you, hungry ghosts, confused and sinful. Pity for you, pity for you, pity for you. Benny's next. Pity for you, if he's there. Pity for you, but it didn't. Pity for you, hungry ghost.
Pity for you. Pity for you, hungry ghost. You're a hungry ghost, and a pity for you, hungry ghost. Are you pernicious demon still in an angry mood? Your bodies through the sky can fly with ease. Oh, baby, I'm repeating myself. Since you are ever shining, sinning to the fish is natural. Or do you sing the karma of killing binds you? Since the karma of killing binds you, you relish meat and blood for food. Yes, you do. You relish meat and blood for food, and sometimes I do, but taking the lives of others. You are born as hungry ghosts, but taking the lives of others. You are born as hungry ghosts, for sinful deeds led you to the depths of the lower path. Turn back, my friends, from this ensnaring karma. Try to attain true happiness, which is beyond all hope and fear. Try to attain true happiness, which is beyond all hope and fear. Try to attain happiness, which is beyond all hope and fear.
Yeah. So now, this Baro and other this obstacle beings. Can you take screen share off, turn off things? Okay, so yeah, Baro and this his follower create an obstacle to Milarepa. So no Milarepa sharing teaching to these beings. And so Milarepa, the point is he told these beings, and he telling them these demons are angry because due to emotions, and they're harming some many lifetimes, I think, other beings. So Milarepa, the sharing them is a point is like sharing cause and the effect. You harm for others, so the karma never fails to function. No one escapes from its rapine. So Milarepa sharing to this karma teaching to these beings, because they're harming for others all the time, create obstacle other beings. So when they're harming, create obstacle for other beings, these spirits, and then these spirits also create negative karma all the time. So due to that negative karma, they are become, stuck longer and longer, many lifetimes in the spirits form. They cannot change to the life. So then they create more obstacle other beings, then they become create more negativity. Due to that, then they stay longer in this spirit's form body. So not possible to go to reborn to higher realms, not possible to enlighten the eons. So even they cannot reborn to higher realms, human beings, like, other like good realms, eons stuck in the spirits, because if they're harming all the time, other beings create these obstacles. So that's why Milarepa sharing this law, cause and the effect to them, no harming for others. And they create these obstacles. The point Milarepa told them, you create yourself obstacle, you create problem yourself again and again. See, these beings cannot really harm to anything Milarepa. Milarepa, even Milarepa's one small hairs cannot, take out or pour, and cannot create any small things fears. They're just only there creating their own anger, emotions. Due to that, they create a negative karma themselves. So that's why the Milarepa told them, stop this, create yourself suffering. And so good also, these beings also have a good thing is they connect with Milarepa, because Milarepa can help them to benefit these beings. So Milarepa not only benefiting for human beings, Milarepa actually benefiting, see, all these many non-human beings, spirits too. So this some who has a high level realize these beings benefit many other beings, not only with our eyes seeing human beings. So maybe that time, someone with Milarepa, they don't see this, what going on there. This is another experience, realize there's going on there. So some maybe regular ordinary people, someone maybe they don't recognize what's going on Milarepa sharing these teachings to these spirits. So that's why I think Milarepa, he also told them, I have to go to myself. And no one accepted with company with him. So yeah, so the many reasons there. And this is the another way these yogis, realizer, enlightened beings benefit many other non-human beings. So his point is he liberating them, sharing these teachings, benefiting for these beings. These beings are actually very lucky, because they created another person ordinary person, then they really can harm to that person. They create lots negative karma, but they cannot harm to Milarepa. Then Milarepa can help them, these beings, share this teaching, taking into the right path. So these beings could be already enlightened. You know, Milarepa luckily connect with the Milarepa. He shared these teachings. So also this some beings has become Dharma protector, means like support for practitioners, not create obstacles. So that's kind of different, you know, levels in there. So we finish it there today, and I'm going to do the sharing the dedication prayer. We have two prayers. I think one is the first we finish it. Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga.
In the chat now, Kempo.
Om Guru Hasam Benza Hong. Om Guru Hasam Benza Hong. Om Guru Hasam Benza Hong. The enlightened body of the Gypsy Yepadorje, and my mind makes without duality, beyond a liberation, like water bubble dissolving into water, even the rest in the state without the concepts. By this virtue, may I civilly accomplish Mahamudra. They may I establish or wandering, bring without exception upping that ground. Tibetan. Yes, ye pai dor ye go ransem tira nimindi chola chowara temba dar ming ming ang de nyambara ya gewan de ye nyorda da saja chimbo drip jorone drowa jejang maliba Deye Salango Parisho. Lord Malala Feng Varjaratu, I pray. Lord Malala Feng Varjaratu, you I pray. Jemelai Jebai Dorjelai Sorwande Zo. Jemelai Jebai Dorjelai Sorwande So. Jemelai jeba dorjela sorwande so. No. Dedication prayer. Dorjen chang telopa naropa marpa malarepa dharma lord gambopa pamotoban lord digompa. Please be stopping us most auspicious bless our kaju lamas. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies of confusion. May all who towers on the verge of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where is unborn may arise, where is a born may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that Lama may have a good health. I pray that Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities are far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Minjushri Devero realized the ultimate state, and as did the Samanta Bada, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha to attain the three kayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit Asha bear fruit. By this virtue collected in the three times, by my seven ordained in samsara and nirvana, and by in the rule of virtue, may I all sentient beings quickly attain and surpass perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teaching of great Gompa Ranashiri, whose omniscient Lord of Dharma, master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Shizai Kinzai Kinchin Chiche, Tender Nelai Wanton Gompa, Rinjin Barja Temba Singdebar. Shadow de Sangombe Zin George Om Mane Peme Hong 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 Om Mane Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, singers, Virginia, and who is there? Nick and Benny. 3 of them sang right today. Okay, thanks very much, singers. See you tomorrow. Can you hear?
Just a
Yes,
minute, I have to let people unmute themselves. I haven't done that.
it's unmuted now.
Thank
you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Kempola Sangha.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kempo. Thank you, Sangha.
Thank you, Wonderful. Muchas
Thank you.
gracias.
Hola.
Thanks, everyone.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Chao.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Like a big party.
Thank you, committee. Very creative, wonderful.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you,
Kempo.
singers. Gracias.
There is a
Gracias.
hand raised, Kempo. I don't know if someone has a question.
Freeman.
Still there? Is he gone?
Kempo escaped.
Lyman, maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
Bye, everyone.
tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.